Hello guys and welcome to a new series on Rising Lords. So I've covered this game about 2 years ago. I'm not sure exactly what has changed in those 2 years, but I know the most recent update was 0.21.2 or something like that, and the most major update was 0.19, which added raiders. So I believe that is like a scenario event where a ship will arrive on your coast, or if you're in the middle of nowhere, a band of brigands or raiders will come and attack you and provide you with some sort of battle that isn't you warring one of the other players. That's at least what I believe it is. It might be totally different in practice. But yeah, I want to give this game another go because I never actually got to finish my last series. And I want to see exactly what has changed since I last played it. As well as, to provide some content on this game because I've had a look. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of channels covering it. And I mean, that's a real shame because it really is a really cool and unique little game that deserves some love and attention. So let's give it to it. Starting off, I want to choose the map. So I want 4 AI. I'm going to keep them all on normal difficulty because I am not that good. It could go up to very strong, but I'm going to keep them on normal just to, keep the game flowing. I don't want to get knocked out instantly. But saying that, maybe it'd be a bit of fun to have one of them on a harder difficulty, and then they'll probably be the late game main opponent who's maybe wiped out some of the other players. So I like how they look. I don't like how this guy looks. He looks like a right weirdo. So let's give him a different hat. There we go. That looks a bit better. And then this is me. So I'm blue. It's already put me out. So if we're going to put on the English channel map for 986, gives us 21 regions with 4 players. So how this game works is you have the number of players down here. Each player starts usually in a different corner of the map. And then there's a bunch of independent city-states almost that occupy a region. And then you can just march in, take over that region. That then becomes part of your nation, kingdom, duchy, whatever you want to call what you are. And then when you actually come to then take on other players, you're warring they're not just as an independent nation, you're warring them as like their group of all the regions they own. And then the win conditions can be set here. So it's usually the last player. Yeah, here we go. Conquest, last player standing, the first to get a certain amount of wealth. It depends on what you set it as. And obviously you can play this as a multiplayer game, but I don't have any friends, so let's stick with AI. You can also change here. I assume this is how they play. So I'm gonna have, I think, Lord Robert, our strong opponent. I'm gonna have him as aggressive, so he tries to take on all the players. Like I said, a late game and an opponent who's quite scary actually. Then I'll have a passive for Lord Bert and Lord Henry. I'll have him as knightly. Look, he's got the Christian cross on. He's got some cool looking gear on. Doesn't look too scary, but he looks quite knightly. Whereas, yeah, Lord Robert, he does look quite scary with that fucking winged helmet on. So let's keep it like that. I'm not going to mess around with these. I think these are fine. Low, low, low. Battle time, I don't want to have like a limit to how long the battles can be. My character, yeah, he looks fine. We've got 2 points. And I've got it as +2 happiness per turn for popular. And then Plantagenet. I don't know how you say that, oh my goodness. Which looks like it's England, because this will be England, this will be France, this will be the Holy Roman Empire, I assume, and then this be, I don't even know. Like Poland or like Bohemia or some, I don't know. Apologise for any history nerds who are gonna screw into me for that one, but what is this one, which gives us the Longbowman, Stakes card, Shepherds also increases growth of Shepherds, earlier revolt threshold of +10. Plus, there's cheaper ends. Let's just go with that. I don't really know the others. I'm still pretty new to this game, actually. The last time, like I said, the last time I played this game was 2 years ago. And even then, I was still pretty new to it. But I understand the basics enough to get in with the series. So, 21 regions is quite a lot. I think that's a little bit too much for the length of series I want to go for. I'm thinking this is a little bit more like it. 11 regions, 4 players. And this is actually Mercia and Wessex. So this was set in the south of England. Got neighbours. This one's actually quite nasty because there's only 6 regions, which means there's only 2 regions up for grabs. Because you start with the region. So if there's only 6, then that means it's quite tight. Oh, this is actually only for 2 players. Okay, yeah. You can see it's eliminated them there. Same here, 2 players, 6 regions. 4 players. There's actually quite a lot of maps where it's just 4 players, 4 regions. So it's literally you just fighting each other. I don't want that though. I think I want to go for one where we've at least got a little bit of room to grow. Looking here, we've got 990 Hungary, 4 players, 11 regions. This is the same as the Mercia and Wessex one. Different layout though. And then we've got Bohemia and Moravia as 12 regions. I think I want to go for the least. And I think Mercia and Wessex is the one I want to go for. So as blue, I assume we're in the top left. Green will be to the south. Where has that gone? There we go. Green will be to the south. We'll have, this is like a brass. I assume that's them. And then red will be on the far west. I want to have it the other way. I want to have these guys somewhere. I don't know if this colour is actually what's on the map, because where's black? I can't actually see black on the map, so I don't actually know. But I want to have these guys as red, so that they're on this side of the map. I assume that's how it works. These guys are green down here, and then brass will be here with me blue up here. So that means that the red, Lord Robert, it'll take a little bit of time. Oh, I keep moving that. Take a little bit of time for us to meet each other. I don't want to just like start right next to him, because then we'll have to wipe him out straight away. I want to build up to how big he becomes. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm in, guys. I've got 4 peasants and some mercenaries who've rocked up, and it would be 1,000 gold to buy this. We can't even afford them, so I don't know why they're here. That's a little bit unusual that the game is giving us the option to buy mercenaries on turn 1 when we don't have anywhere near enough money. But anyway, they're there. So we've got 2 fields. We've got currently a wheat field here, and what I assume is a sheep field down here. You can see down here you've got the sheep. Then we've got a quarry to get stone, and I think that's it. I don't think we actually have any more. Oh, these are our borders here. That's it. We've got, oh no, sorry. We've got a lumber yard here. So we've actually got lumber and stone, which is pretty good. I mean, the only one we can't make is iron. We make wool, stone, wood, just not iron. We've then got a bramble bush here, which allows us to chop that down to get another field, potentially. Looking on the map, we've got all the way in the bottom left corner, Lord Bert. Was he the passive one? Or was he the knightly? I think he was passive. Then we've got, yeah, Lord Henry then was knightly, down in the bottom right. And we're actually, after everything I was saying about how we're far away, the game, I don't know what the game colour means then on that map. But actually, Lord Robert, the strong AI who's really aggressive, is actually basically next to us. The only thing that separates us is Northampton, this region here. And he'll probably rush to get this. So my mission is to try and take Northampton from him, so he doesn't take this. Because if he takes Northampton, he then has access to these 2 without me having access to them. Whereas if I get Northampton, I could then try and rush Essex to block in Lord Henry, and then block in Lord Robert as well. Because no one's going to be able to take these ones up here, because Lord Bert is passive, so hopefully he won't rush them too much. But let's not worry about that just yet. I want to utilise these peasants. So we've got 1 here, 1 here. I do want wood because I want to upgrade fields with like a windmill, which is 225 wood and 75 stone. So we actually do need a little bit more wood. So let's get a wood chopper straight away, and let's get just another person in the field, and then that's it for now. I don't think there's really anything more we can do. We could. We've got +2 happiness. Remember that +2 happiness is from the leader trait I've got. So from that, I can then up the tax by 1 to half teeth, and that means we're breaking even on happiness, and we've doubled our income. So that's what I'll do for turn 1. I'm not sure if these mercenaries are going to stay or if they disappear. I assume they last at least, yeah. So that they still are here. So Father Frost holds Alberlin in its cold grip. Animals and people suffer alike. Will this winter ever end? I don't know. It's got 1 round of additional winter, minus 30% birth rate for animals and population, and 100% chance for wolves. Okay, and we can actually see the wolves are eating our sheep. So our peasant on to fight these wolves. So the sheep are still getting eaten, but it means that now in a turn or 2, I don't know how long it will take, but I think it's just 1 turn, this peasant will hopefully force off these wolves. So we are getting a bit of wood. Got some extra stone. Let's upgrade this with a windmill, because a windmill gives us 20% greater harvest. And I think better, really. We want to utilize these spaces as much as possible, so getting 20% more food would be really, really useful. We are actually running out of food, even at a half ration. I don't really want to decrease our food, because this is our population here, 1,000 people, so we have space for 496 more. And I believe it's every 250 people you get is another peasant. So we can get 2 more peasants before we need to build more housing that allows us to then get more peasants. So we will need to get a house built soon, but at the rate we're growing, it's not really a problem. We're getting, what is that, 4 births per turn? That is absolutely appalling. Yeah, so we're looking at all that for now. We have got a trader though. So the trader is obviously essential because we could produce loads of stone, sell the stone for coins, and then use that coins to buy ingots. Because actually, it's fascinating. Stone is worth more than iron ingots. I'm very, very surprised about that. So we can actually just buy in all the iron we need. Because remember, iron is used to make all these equipment. Well, not all of them. Like, for example, padded armor won't use iron. It uses wool. I think that's actually just wool. But most of this equipment uses a mixture of wood and iron, or iron on its own. And we will want to produce stuff, because if you try to buy in a saw, let's say that's 19 coins, so we only earn 38 coins per quarter. So 2 saws is worth the equivalent of our quarterly income, which is, well, inflation must be fucking through the roof then. But yeah, that's showing that we really need to sell some goods if we want to be able to buy in expensive stuff like swords or spears or armor. Looking at what we could do, we could buy in food. Because food's pretty cheap at 1.6. That is really nice and cheap. But we're not at a deficit of food yet. We're just decreasing in food. We've still got some spare. We do start with some equipment. 20, 20, 20, 20. 20 of each. So with 20 of each, we can probably raise about 60 soldiers, 70 soldiers, maybe 80 soldiers. Try and attack Northampton, but they've got walls actually. So that's interesting. They've got walls. They've got walls as well. They don't have walls. And we can't see Suffolk or Essex. So what I'm thinking then, just my logical brain thinking, is these tiles next to your base. So every player will probably have one, which I just can't see. But the ones closest to your base that only you can occupy in turn 1. So that would be here for Lord Henry, here for Lord Robert, and then here for, what is this, Lord Burr, is easy. Hasn't got any walls, probably got a very low garrison. You can see here, for us it's Leicester. These central positions, or ones which multiple people can take, they've all got, like, this one's actually got a stone castle and stone walls, and you can see here, this is a garrison building, a town guard building, so they're going to be really, really tough to take. So actually, Northampton can wait. It hasn't got a garrison, it's just got wooden walls, so it's not mega, like, fortified, but it's not something I want to rush, because I'm not taking a fortified town with just, like, 70 men. So that can wait. What we want to do in the meantime is work up to take Leicester, because Leicester gives us an iron mine, so you don't have to actually buy that iron in. Then obviously just gives us more people. More people working means more money. More money means we can get more soldiers, and more soldiers means we can take over more of the map to best our opponents. Simple as that, really. So I want to try and build up an army suitable for taking Leicester. And I'm not sure how long that would take, because I don't think we can do it with the starting stuff. At the moment, if I go to build new buildings, let's say I want to build a blacksmith, this is it. We don't even have the resources for it, but we don't have the people for it, because we'll have to take a peasant off, like our sawmill or the fields, and I want to grow the population, so I need to build more houses and I need to get more food, so we need to wait. But what is interesting though is a smith does still give you the space for one peasant. You can see here, houses 250 people, so if we do build a smith, we might be able to actually get away without building a house, because the dwelling gives us 500, the smith gives us 250, so we might be able to just get away with building a smith before we build a dwelling. But let's let's think about that another time. Anything I want to buy? What can I get? I can't even look at that field at the moment. There's any upgrades I can get for these buildings. No, I don't think you can even click on this one at the moment while it's got the walls on it, so I'll ignore that one. And there's no... If you want to build property, you have to assign a peasant to it. So we don't have any spare peasants. So I think I'll just end the turn again. Not too much more we can do. I believe it'll be one more turn of winter though, so... What the fuck? Is it killed? Oh shit. Oh no. The wolves killed the peasant. So we've actually gone down to 798 population. And he's just gonna keep eating our. He eats. It says it eats 15, and because we're not working the sheep, they're just dying anyway. So. Oh shit! But I don't want to move people from here. I'm gonna have to move them from the sawmill. I'm hoping it's not just to keep killing them. I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but I thought it was just you put a peasant down and it would just start attacking again. It just takes some time, but that is not good. Yeah, we'll have to end the turn again and see how things go next turn. Right, okay, I'm doing something very, very wrong then if these peasants are all dying to this wolf. I don't know what to do. I think all I'm gonna have to do is just put 2 peasants on it and try and kill it. And if this wipes out my population, I might have to start again. So we have killed it, but it took two peasants. So we've really been set back here. We are increasing now in sheep, but let me get any sort of upgrade. And to provide protection against wild animal attacks, or a shed will increase breeding rate by 10% and also keep them safe if we don't assign a peasant. So we can't afford either, and this is terrible. I think what I need to do is give them bigger rations so we have bigger population growth, and I'm gonna up the taxes because you see we've got just enough happiness. So I'll bring it down a little bit. We've got just enough happiness to tax a little bit more, and then what I'll do is when we next get a trader, I will buy in a lot of food. So by buying in the food, I'm using some of the excess tax money that we've got to, like, you know, compensate for the fact that we've had to lose quite a bit of the season's farming capability. Oh god, this is a terrible start. We are increasing though a little bit. It's already been a year. We've got one more worker. I'm going to put them down here. I've got enough food to last for a little bit, but I am going to buy some food in. 1.6. I'm going to buy in. Not too. I don't want to spend all our money on food. Let's buy in 200 crops for 320. Spent quite a lot of our money, but just giving us a little bit of backup because these traders aren't here every turn, so I don't want to risk it and, you know, we actually run out of food. And yeah, could buy more equipment, but actually let us get an army raised. If you look here, raising an army actually reduces our population, so I want to do it, but I want to see what exactly it takes to make. So we've got knights, cavalry, crossbowmen, swordsmen, spearmen, bowmen, and peasants. So just for a bog standard pikeman, what would it cost? Spears and armor. This one is swords and... is that heavy armor? What's the difference between these two? This is heavy armor, this is light armor. Okay. So swordsmen are better than pikemen, but they cost heavy armor instead of light armor. So I think pikemen is what I'd want, because pikemen are good enough that they can beat peasants, good against cavalry. They are vulnerable to ranged attacks though, but yeah, looking here, this is almost double the price for the heavy armor. I think what I'll do is get 5 of this, 5 of this, It's all our money. But yeah, let's do that. That means we can make 25 pikemen. Make 25 pikemen. We could make 20 bowmen. We could make 20 swordsmen, and then peasants. I don't think they require anything, do they? So we have gone into the next turn. Round 7, spring. Lord Henry sent us a peace proposal, which is quite strange. Let's be friends for now. I like that. He's quite far away though, so I don't really give a shit about him anyway, to be honest. But let's accept it. I'm not going to take him anytime soon. And knowing that he won't attack me doesn't really alleviate much, you know, risk. But it's at least something. It's better than nothing. In terms of what I can do, not a lot. We are growing and we are about to hit 1,000 again. But can I afford to go to double, not triple ration, but double ration? That will massively increase our health. And health is how you get more population, more health and more happiness. Because what it says is happiness increases immigration, unhappiness increases emigration, and then more health means more births, worse health means more deaths. So it's quite simple, really. And then you can actually eat your sheep. And eating the sheep has also increased our health here, because we can see that eating the sheep increases, if you look here, the food diversity, so we get more health. So I can eat the sheep, and that is quite interesting to know that the sheep produces wool, which we can sell if we need to, but then also use to make light armor. The sheep then also can be eaten if we are running out of crops, or if we just want the better food diversity. So yeah, sheep are actually quite good. And in fact, I think I do want to eat them because we're still making a profit. We're still getting more sheep. So we're going to get more people quicker, so we can get more peasants to work sheep and work the fields, but we're still gaining some sheep. I think that is all I can do, really. I could raise an army to try and take on Leicester. Oh, maybe I could go for it. It'll be tight, but with the 5 extra pikemen, that really could make a difference when it's, you know, such a undefended city. I say we go for it. Assemble an army. So we can have 66. We can get 20 bowmen. We can get 25 pikemen and 20 swordsmen. So crossbowmen use up padded armor and ranged weapons, whereas the bowmen just use the ranged weapons. Okay. I think I'm going to go for it, but I'm not going to do it this episode. I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll continue with our progress into raising an army, and then hopefully taking on Leicester in the next episode. So, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you in episode 2.